This training video will take us through the process of creating on-account credit memos. So let's take a look at on-account credit memos and the creation of. So the first thing to do is navigate to the templates icon and select create a new sheet. Select the module, in this case finance, and of course the integrator, in this case on-account credit memos. Press select and this will create the template for the production purposes. So as you can see, there's quite a number of columns available to you, bearing in mind that a column correlates back to a field in Oracle. So under a separate video, we take you through the process of tailoring the spreadsheet for your production requirements. And essentially what that is selecting certain columns that you don't need, highlighting, going through the delete process, and also a second process is to cut and move the columns to the desired position within your worksheet. And so with this example here, I've gone ahead and done that, so you can see we've got a reduced number of columns within my worksheet. Number of ways of getting the data into the worksheet, and one is obviously if you know the values, then you can type them directly into the white cells. You can use some bulk data, of which we will do shortly. And the third method is perhaps a combination of typing direct into the cells and using the data forms to assist you in terms of validating the data, making sure that we have the correct data. So we can go through those processes like wildcard searching on the searchable fields with the magnifying glass. The other fields will have lists of values or date pickers. So it's a matter of going through and filling the data out. So use the forms to assist with adding the data to the worksheet. Example is we've got some bulk data here. So we're going to copy and paste this data into our production worksheet. The only prerequisite is ensuring that the columns line up with the worksheet. So the order of the columns line up with the order of the columns in the worksheet. So we'll go ahead and copy the data from the bulk worksheet. Paste those values into the sheet. So now we have the data in the sheet, and as you can see, aligning nicely with the columns. And so at this point we can go ahead and do the validation process. So as a separate process, validate the data to ensure it's correct. So we can validate selected records as I've got there, or validate all on the sheet. As a side note, the upload process will do that validation process in the first instance. So if you don't want to make it a two-step process, go straight to upload and select the records, or select all records on the sheet. So we'll just upload the selected records. So we can see the data is now validated, now complete. So those on-account credit memos have been created. The auto numbering is in place, so we can see that there. So if we were then to copy and paste that number in the sheet, we can then use the download process to download that particular credit memo back into the sheet. We also have a download form that you can use. Select the source, in this case it's a credit memo. Here's the credit memo that we have just created. So let's look at downloading an open invoice. So we'll just navigate again to the download icon, and we're going to use the download form. You'll have the option of selecting the source as an open invoice or on account credit memo. So select open invoices. You then are presented with the form. If you have a range of invoices you wish to download, then you can, or if you know the specific number, then just pop it in there. It's download to bring the record back into the sheet. Now we just need to make a number of changes. So obviously we'll take the transaction number out, and we'll use the data forms to identify the transaction type. And what we'll do is we'll search for values starting with M4, and this will return a list of values in which we can select the appropriate transaction type. We'll need to put a reason for a credit reason, so we'll just copy and paste that value rather than use the form. The ship to, we'll need to copy and paste the ship to value, so I'll just pop that in there. And then finally we just need to put the amount, got the one, and then we can go across and we can perform that upload selected function. So now it's validating and uploading the record based on that open invoice detail. Thank you for watching, and please don't hesitate to visit our website for further assistance.